I'm Alex Sharfin, and this is the Momentum Podcast, made for empire builders, game changers, trailblazers, shot takers, record breakers, world makers, and creators of all kinds. Those among us who can't turn it off and don't know why anyone would want to. We challenge complacency, destroy apathy, and we are obsessed with creating momentum so we can roll over bureaucracy and make our greatest contribution. Sure, we pay attention to their rules, but only so that we can bend them, break them, then rewrite them around our own will. We don't accept our destiny, we define it. We don't understand defeat because you only lose if you stop, and we don't know how. While the rest of the world strives for average and clings desperately to the status quo, we are the minority, the few, who are willing to hallucinate there could be a better future, and instead of just daydreaming of what could be, we endure the vulnerability and exposure it takes to make it real. We are the evolutionary hunters, clearly the most important people in the world, because entrepreneurs are the only source of consistent, positive human evolution, and we always will be. Choosing the right coach. One of the questions that I get often is, how do I choose the right coach, the right consultant, the right advisor that my business needs right now? In fact, when I go out and speak, it's one of the most common things that come up. On social media, it's one of the questions I get most often, because we all know and we all have that feeling that if we find the right person to help us, if we find the person who has the knowledge we need right now, who can help us create momentum, it is going to move us like crazy in a direction. But like you and so many other entrepreneurs, I've been in the situation where I hired the wrong coach, the wrong consultant, the wrong advisor, and it was devastating. Not only was it devastating because of the frustration that I felt with myself, but it's devastating because when we hire a coach, a consultant, an advisor to help us solve the issues in our business, create a new outcome, get to a new place, we start creating that future in our heads the day we commit to that person. We start envisioning how much better, how much easier, how much more momentum we are going to have. We start feeling that we're moving in a direction like crazy, and it becomes more and more important to us. And because we've made the decision to get help, it becomes infinitely more, exponentially more real to us. However, when it's the wrong person, all of those dreams come crashing down. It's just like when we hire the wrong person on our team. We create a new future with that person, and when it doesn't work out, that future comes crashing down. But when, for some reason, with a coach, with a consultant, with an advisor, it's even more dramatic, because that outside force we expect to help us create momentum, when it doesn't, it slows everything down. It can make us feel like a failure. It can zap our confidence, throw us into a tailspin. I have seen more entrepreneurs in a downward spiral because of bad coaching or consulting or advice than just about anything else out there. So I want to help you make certain you pick the right coach. So step number one is, instead of determining the outcome you want, determine the pain you're in. Sit down, and this is one of the hardest things for entrepreneurs to do. See, when you say, I want to take my 7-figure business to 8 figures, I'm going to go find the guy who does that. Well, first, you need to sit down and ask, what's the actual pain I'm feeling in my business? In a 7-figure business, your pain might be team building. If you're doing well building a team, it might be lead generation. If you're doing well with lead generation, it might be delivery. If you're doing well with delivery, you might need help with how to retain customers, how to upsell them, how to improve your product. So you have to sit down at any given time in your business, and it doesn't matter how big you are or how small you are, inventory the pressure and noise you are feeling in the business. What are the issues you're feeling? What are the challenges you're feeling? What is it that you want coaching or consulting for? What is the solution, or what are the problems that you need solutions to? And by inventorying the pain in the business rather than the outcome you want, you start determining where you have deficits right now, where leverage will help move you forward right now. Because if you're feeling pain or frustration or deficit, or you're feeling any type of a plateau in the business, that is what you need to draw out, and that is where you should go hire a coach. See, when somebody comes to us, we do a thorough interview to make certain that they have opportunity, that they have created enough opportunity, that building an infrastructure is their next obvious step. And we help people with strategic planning. with communications cadence with your team, and with a clear structure to build the infrastructure around you as your team goes forward. And if we determine that someone needs something other than that before they come to us, we tell them exactly that. If we're talking to someone and they don't have enough leads coming into their business and the opportunity just isn't there, we do not bring them into one of our coaching programs to help them build a team, because you're building a team around a hollow structure. We actually tell them to go fix the lead generation problem or the conversion problem or the delivery problem. Well, we can help with delivery. When we get into delivery, when we get into building the team, when we get into building the systems of structure, then we know we can help. But if it's not something we specialize in, we don't want them to hire us, because I want to work with people whose specific pain we can solve in the moment. That's how you become successful. That's how you create massive progress for your clients, massive momentum. You get a ton of referral business. So first, before you hire a coach, do an inventory on your pain, not your wants. See, here's the challenge. Far too many entrepreneurs say, I want to take my business, it's a $500,000 business, I want to take it to multiple $1 million. And then they go out looking for the person who claims to do that. But the issue is, if you take 10 $500,000 businesses, you might find 5 to 10 different reasons they need help. Each one should go find the specific person who helps with exactly that. So that's number one, is what is your biggest pain? Not the outcome you want. What is the biggest pain? And does that coach, does the system that they coach in, does their content that they have, does the publishing that they've done, is what they are known for solving the pain you specifically feel? If they do, then you're on the right path. If you find that, then you're moving in the right direction. And then the next step when hiring a coach is you have to determine if they're a cultural fit for you. And here's what I mean by that. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When you choose to work closely with a coach or consultant, whether it's with their material or in a group with them or just learning from them, you will become more like that person. You will be influenced by that person. There's this myth that you become like the 5 people that you spend the most time around. I don't buy it. That means every billionaire would have to have 5 billionaires to be around them all their lives so that they became a billionaire. When you look at billionaires and incredibly successful people, what they really are is a reflection of the 5 people they have learned the most from. That's who we become like, the 5 people we learn the most from. And so when you're choosing a coach, if you want a good relationship, if you want a friction-free relationship, if you want a relationship that doesn't feel like operational drag, where you're questioning their motives, what they're doing, what they're asking you to do, then you have to find a coach that is a cultural fit. One, you have to believe in that coach. And you have to want to become more like them in every way. You know, I talk a lot about the people who coach me, who I work with. Russell Brunson is one of them. Last week, I had the opportunity to spend a couple hours with him at his house, with his family, with his wife. He gave me a tour of the whole place. And every minute of that tour, every minute of our time together confirmed that not only do I want to learn more with Russell, but I am absolutely okay with and even aspire to become more like him. He runs an incredible team. He has an incredible support system around him. He has a close family. He knows his kids incredibly well. He spends a ton of time with them. You follow him on Instagram. Sometimes you wonder, does the guy ever work? Because he's always with his kids and with his family, because he makes them such a massive priority. So I am a close cultural fit, a tight cultural fit with Russell. And that's why he is the coach and consultant that I have right now. And he solves the exact pain that my company has right now. Lead generation and bringing more people in and productizing and putting ourselves out there, gaining more traffic. It's exactly what Russell does. So that for me is a near perfect coaching relationship. Now here's the problem. If you go out and you hire a coach based on the outcomes they promise, the people who are going to give you the 7-figure freedom lifestyle, or the people who are going to, give you some packaged result that you don't really know that person. You don't understand the pain they solve. You don't understand what it is that they really do. And you don't understand the pain you're in. You're going to be presented with a framework and a structure, typically that is something that, if it's right for you, it's because you got lucky. Because until you do the thinking through what you really need, it's near impossible to stick the landing on getting the right help. Choosing the right coach can change everything for you. It can take your business from where it is now to growing you exponentially. The right coach can give you massive shortcuts to help you build the business that you really want, to get out of the pain that you're in today and to move forward with massive momentum. But if you hire the wrong coach, I'm afraid the opposite of all of that will happen. It can slow down your business, stall you out in what you're doing, take away your confidence, and put you into a tailspin. So if you're in a coaching relationship right now where you don't feel momentum, if you're in a coaching relationship right now where it doesn't feel like you're moving forward, if you're in a coaching relationship right now where you feel stuck, plateaued, or frustrated, then I want you to go through the analysis of what is the pain you're feeling, and does that coach even solve that pain? I want you to go through the analysis do you have a cultural fit with that coach? Do you want to become more like them in every way? If either one of those two things is off, that's why you're feeling the pain in the relationship rather than the relief of having a coach. Because the way I look at it, my job is to make my clients feel increasingly confident every time we have any type of interaction, every time they interact with our materials. I look at it as my job is to determine that put the systems in place in our company to determine that every person we contract with, every person we end up working with, every person that comes to one of our events is looking for the solutions we provide. They have a business that needs a strategic plan. They have opportunity where if they had a communication cadence and could build a team faster, they could take advantage of it. If they understood the strategic plan and communicated it through the system, things would build faster and build bigger for them. And they need a system to build the infrastructure around what they do so that they can grow it fast. See, we know if we have that person, then it's going to work well. We are going to be able to create momentum. We're going to do the right thing for them. But if we don't have that person, if that's not what they need, then we don't want them to join our product or our courses or our coaching programs until they have the pain that we solve. And then when it comes to cultural fit, when I'm interviewing people and talking to people, I'm looking to see if I feel like they're already a cultural fit, because here's what I know from having consulted and coached entrepreneurs for almost 25 years. We become more like the person that we're coached by. My clients, all of them, start eating healthier. A lot of them give up chemicals and processed foods. A lot of them start working out and start drinking more water. They spend more time with their families. They end up adopting morning routines, and a lot of the habits I have, a lot of them, like I said, they even stop drinking because it's something that I talk about in our events. So choosing the right coach can change everything. Choosing the wrong coach can send you into a tailspin. Follow the processes I outlined, and you will have a much better chance of finding the right person to help you move forward right now. And if listening to this podcast, something was triggered for you where you think we can help, then we want to get on the phone with you and show you what we can do to help you solve the pain that you're in. So if you're experiencing the pain of not being able to communicate with your team, if you're experiencing the pain of wondering what they're doing every day, if you're experiencing the pain of feeling like you have to tell everybody what to do over and over again, but it's just not getting done, then we can help. Go to billionairecode.com, answer a few questions for my team. You'll have an opportunity to sign up for a momentum session with us. On our momentum session, we'll go through what we do as a company, we'll ask you some questions, and we will make certain that we give you the solutions that we can provide for you. Choosing the right coach or consultant will change everything for you. Go to billionairecode.com, fill out the Billionaire Code survey, and let us see if we can help you create massive momentum, because that's exactly what we do. billionairecode.com.